Well, I was the investment banker to investing.com when they sold to a Chinese group, buyout private equity specialist. And that was in the time of COVID. I think we closed the deal March 2021 and started working on it in the summer. Nate, you are partner at Joffrey Capital. You are here today to represent investing.com.
Right.
In Tel Aviv-based business. Not the best time to be invested in an Israel-based company, considering that many of our workers are actually being called, to unfortunately defend the country. Business is global, though. Maybe we start with a little overview. For the ones who look at the program and wonder where Yi is, she couldn't come, unfortunately. Somebody from her family got very sick, and she has to be with that person in hospital, and she sends her apologies. So I jumped in as an investor because not only I was the advisor, I rolled my fee into the company because I did such a terrible job. And I thought maybe I should become a shareholder. But anyway, over to you, Nate.
Yeah, so investing is a global financial media business that's in 196 countries. What makes investing really unique is that it's in 36 languages with 44 local editions. So unlike most media companies that operate out of the US, like a business that I formerly helped to build, Yahoo Finance, we actually have site managers and teams in these markets that can monitor the local news, make sure that we're getting the data right, the translations right, and work with the local community, whether it's the companies or it's events or it's hosting webinars and working with the exchanges in all these different markets. Today, investing is around 4 billion monthly page views, which ranks it in the top 30 sites globally. It's ad-supported. As Marco mentioned, the business is based in Tel Aviv. We have about 20% of our staff have been called up to serve in the ongoing war. But the business has been resilient, the team has been really focused, and we're really excited about where we're going with it. One thing that has changed since we took over the business when Marco sold it is that we actually have made a couple of bolt-on acquisitions. So we are open to looking at more businesses to bolt on to investing.com. So we bought two businesses, one called Finbox and one called Street Insider, both which we consider value-added services. So we have gone from zero to, a fairly healthy part of our revenue is now a subscription base. So if you're a retail investor and don't want to spend $6,000 or $12,000 with Bloomberg, you can get Investing Pro for $19 a month and get pretty much the same information, the screeners, the data, the charts, the graphs, and you can get that in English, or you can get it in German, or you can get it in Hebrew or Korean. So it's a really great product. We have a team that's working on that, and it's been a big change for how we run the business and how we're product focused and not just on the last click, but actually engaging users and having a relationship with them.
And for the ones who don't know, it's mostly free, so 99.9% of our usage, our sessions are ad-supported. But how many are there who invest? I think they're called self-directed investors, the retail investors sitting at home in boxer shorts and refreshing with a return button. And it's quite fascinating. I have been on the board of the company for many years before. I'm working with them since 2012. The retail investors playing the stock market before COVID were like 400 million people, households before COVID. And then COVID came, and suddenly, and there was a GameStop, and they even did a movie about GameStop. Who saw the GameStop movie? It's a fascinating story how, retail investors could move the stock. So it went from 400 million to 800 million. And investing.com is probably the best way to get semi-professional data, or maybe the same data, it's real time, but get it for free and play the market. What is the transformation Geoffrey believed in when you acquired the business in March 2021? What are you trying to do with it?
So the biggest things that we did in the last 2 years were getting the product to parity in terms of the exchanges that we had available on the site, and make sure that we have it all available for free with in real time. The second thing that we have really invested in has been this Pro product, where we have a subscription business. So rather than be solely reliant on advertising, which is not a bad business, it's just a different business, we're diversifying where 10% of the revenue will come from subscription revenue, and we hope to continue to grow that because we think that retail investors are definitely willing to pay for quality information, tools, and services. And that's been really exciting. We're also, to the topic of this panel before Yi was unable to join us, was AI, and looking at ways that we can leverage and lean into AI for investors and help them to make better decisions, get better information, and incorporate that into the product that we offer on the site today for free and for paying users.
And by the way, I don't know who has seen the NOAH Bible. It's on our website. It has 1,550 trading comms. And surprise, surprise, the data is coming from investing.com. So you can build amazing high-end investment banking, Goldman Sachs type of products without paying a fortune in these data feeds. Because let's face it, you can go to any stock exchange and get the stock price for free. Then there are the projections, of course, and that's just equity. You have lots of different asset classes on investing.com. Can you name the asset classes you provide research on?
So it's interesting that Marco was talking about the meme stock craze. We actually have crypto on the site, and for a while, crypto had become one of the most sought after asset classes on the site. But what was interesting is that our traffic held, and those same users just started looking at equities in different markets. So because we have broad coverage, unlike most businesses that have focused on the US market, we've been careful to say, we have a huge base in Turkey, we have a lot of users in Korea, we have massive numbers of users in Brazil. How do we get information that's relevant to them, not just the market information, but the content and the news that's relevant to them, so that they can invest both in the US markets, the European markets, but also their local stock exchanges.
So you provide share prices, but news as well. And with AI, and I think, what was the name of the new AI tool again?
So internally we have names for the products. We call them Charlie and Warren after Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett. But it's unclear whether we'll go to market with those names.
But then you actually provide a type of investment advice powered by AI. Is that regulatory-wise borderline? Because you're not, I guess, certified to provide investment advice, right? You're an online advertising company.
Marco's needling me because we have a product that is in beta, and I'm happy to set you up to try it out. It's called Warren. It's an AI product. And it's like having Warren Buffett in your back pocket to look at companies and understand them and ask any question about it and get an answer. We're not an advisor, we're not an advisory business, and we're very careful to disclaim that so that people understand that this is the equivalent of an AI engine giving them advice. So they should be
like 10 years ago, it was all about robo-advisor, robo-advisor. But I guess it didn't really got that big, right? And it's fascinating. I mean, we had N26 founder Max on stage yesterday, and surprise, surprise, the one thing N26 wants to grow is providing investment data and investment services, so managing the wealth for its account holders.
So it's a huge shift. I mean, if you go to any of the major neobanks, you'll see that one of the offerings they have is investing, because that's where the money is and where they get juicier transaction fees. And so there are a number of them that we're spoken to about powering the information provided by Investing or Investing Pro.
Well, we have lots of fintech companies coming up next. Maybe you can power some of their data needs for their users.
We'd love that.